Hello everybody and welcome back to Muramasa the Demon's Blade. This is Kisuke Act 5. Last time we went along a mountain pass and beat up a girl for seemingly no reason. And now we're going to chase down Torahime as she went to a temple in order to get an item. We're going to be doing that a good 4 continents later though, because there's a lot of things to do here. After learning about last time and how I'm dreadfully low on supplies, let's fix that. Learn from my mistakes, cook many potatoes. Though at this point in the game we should have trout, I believe, because in Momohime Act 5 we do get access to trout. So not only am I wasting money here, I'm dreadfully behind on the curve. What is this? A lot of this chapter is going to be backtracking, so I'm going to cut a lot of the fat out of it. But we do have a lot of interesting things. We get a couple swords during this chapter, and, you know, just do a little traveling. Stuck here on the left side of Japan. Awari is a chapter that we went to a while back. I believe when we were going to Iga, we went through here and didn't find much of anything. However, these guys spawned. He takes us to Omi, which in retrospect I should have taken, because that's actually where we need to go. That's in the way of where we need to go, but no, I'm not smart. I decided to go the entire way on foot. What kind of ninja takes a palenque though? Gotta get there on foot by secret or else we're gonna get caught by ninjas, I think? I don't even know who's the opposing threat at this point. If you see me skipping through the map, it means that I've been here before and I just don't care anymore. Like here, we just go through all of this area because we've already explored it. However, we did level up a bit and got a new sword. I really want that short sword though, but I gotta stick with this Heavenly Mist. Still can't equip the Blade of the Ravens, unfortunately. Heavenly Mist gets us a pretty cool ability. It's not bad, but it's also not overpowered. It's good, in my opinion. It's solid. Now, we have not been to Omi at all, but it uses the wheat fields tile set from most other areas, so we've kind of been here before, and Omi is kind of a nondescript area for the most part. Now this is where we get the broiled fish. And I still have a lot of money left over, so let's go a little crazy. I'm gonna regret that. Because there is other stuff in this level to buy that I could have used with that money, but whoops. Yeah, okay, kid. Now I believe that palenque will take you back to the other district if you were able to use it, but those guys are just sitting there idle. That's Spectre Blow. You shoot I believe 9 mini fireballs out in the air. It is really good if one of the enemies is just being a butthole and staying off screen, because it will hit them off screen. The only issue is that it takes a little bit of, like, what, 1/3 of your sword's HP bar? So if you abuse it, you'll pretty much just ruin face. This is also Abyssal Fire 2. I forget where we got the sword. I think we forged it. But it's basically the deployable Shadow Clone Slash. If it hits once, it'll hit again. If it doesn't, it just kind of fucks off. And this Tengu is getting really obnoxious. He's really trying hard to beat me, goddamn. There we go. At least we got his booze. Not much here, though. But I do want to cook some fish. God, that animation is so horrifying, I love it. Also gotta replace my items, because I never really did do that with the other items, and it's gonna be important. Because, once we get to the actual, area that we're supposed to go to, it's really tough. Like, it is surprisingly a difficult area. Also, for those not in Something Awful, I did register this LP as, not safe for work, and here's why. Hot tub scene. It's a hot tub scene. If you've ever seen any anime ever, yeah.
遠慮しとくぜ、ゆずるは。湯に浸かる前からのぼせちまいそうだ。無駄に色っぽく化けやがって。目のやり場に困るじゃねえか。
I think that's kind of the point. Foxes are meant to be tricksters and revel in the delight of your awkwardness. But yeah, that's the thing. Yuzuruha being tricky. Also, we've talked to this guy before, but in the process of recording, I kind of spaced out and forgot, so enjoy listening to this Karasu Tengu just be arrogant, even though we've killed, like, what, 8 of his kind already? I do like the fact that there is some monster NPCs. Helps flesh out helps flesh out things a little bit more. Not much around here, but we do get into a fight that does level me up, so I kept in that little progress bar. Plus, it helps to let us know how good we're actually doing, because these ninjas don't stand a chance. Without their ninja master buddy, they're really not a threat. I believe we get a new sword here. Oh yeah, we get to equip the Blade of Ravens now. Blade of Ravens is alright. Nothing really impressive though. The special technique is the Mega Slash again, but it also leaves a fire pillar, which is pretty helpful for denying projectiles. Not gonna lie, it's a really useful ability that I don't use much at all because it gets outclassed. For this level, I'm looking to grind to a certain point where I get a specific sword, which I am of the firm belief that is designed for this chapter. Because if you don't have, if you have this sword, it makes the boss of this area super easy. If you don't have this sword, it's a fucking nightmare. Welcome back to the Yamashiro. We've been here before. I am not retracking all this. However, I do want to go check out the stores again, because there is some unique unlocks. That, and I also didn't get to eat some of the food. So let's indulge a little bit. I'm gonna regret indulging a little bit. Hitsamamushi. Some kind of rice porridge soup? Looks alright, but wet rice isn't really my jam, honestly. We also get we're also gonna get some yellowtail sushi. I've never had this in real life, but it looks pretty good. But then again, that's just George Kamitani being really good at art. Let's also get some mackerel sushi. Yum. There was also a store there that had some items. It had one item that I didn't get to purchase. It's an accessory. Not really important, but I do regret not being able to purchase that accessory. I think it's the way Kisuke gets either the EXP or the extra souls accessory. But we finally made it to Yamato. Once again, it's reusing the wheat tile set. And Yamato is pretty bereft of anything interesting. It's mainly meant to be an area where you... it's an area where you go to just to get to the level and nothing else. Even the shops aren't really all that interesting. I believe I talked about this tile set in another chapter, but this map also has the infinite spawning 2 ghosts level. Because of that, we get another level. Don't know if we have the necessary souls to get a sword, though. I've been really slacking on that this playthrough. Yeah, I am short on souls. Oh, I actually have enough. We get the Blade of the Divines. This is not the sword we want, though. The sword we want is, much to my chagrin, a longsword. No, I don't want the Blade of Reveille. What are you doing? Blade of Divines has got an okay skill. I never really quite make good use of it, though. Basically what Blade of Divines does is Forlorn Moon, you shoot a... I want to say a Guile Fireball, the Sonic Boom. It goes forward, but then it boomerangs back, but I never really find any way to make it useful. Plus, it doesn't do all that much damage or stuns all that much, so... not that much utility. I mainly use it as a means to extend combos or just get invincibility frames on a split-second attack. Now here we get into a fight which is going to get me a level up and another sword. Also, it's 3 samurai, but they don't stand a chance. This guy does a big jerk. Wow. Yeah, one of my swords also has Death 1, which is a bit of a shocker. Next sword we get is... well, A, I'm dumb, but B, we get the Frost Blade. It provides Hell Spinner 2. Hell Spinner 2 is actually pretty good. Not great, but still of good utility. Here we also get a couple bags of rice. Those are probably spoiled by now. Hell Spinner 2 is basically Spinzaku, but it goes a lot faster and moves a lot farther, so you can cover a lot of range with it. Still not quite what we're looking for. Well, it's a good longsword, it's not the best longsword. Over here, though, we get a hot spring. Unfortunately, it has nothing in it. Out here, I believe, is a later chapter for Momohime. I can't remember if it's her later or her final chapter, but we do eventually go here as Momohime as well. We also got a demon necklace. Okay, not great though. The only real stats effects in this game are burning and poison, so it doesn't really have that much utility. But now we've made it to Zendo Temple. Now I like this level a lot. Mainly because it does a great job of telling a story without saying a single word. We just got beat up these umbrella samurai. I'm kind of surprised that they brought him in here because it really doesn't feel like they have relevance here. Now, the moment we enter the temple, you notice a little bit of a purple hue to it. Purple's kind of an interesting color because it could designate two things: nobility or ill intent. Well, not ill intent, more like ill nature, such as poisons or the like. And the purple color gets a little bit heavy here. Also, I do like the pseudo 3D background with the paper doors. That's really nice. Now, this is a room where I'm probably going to be careful in, mainly because there's a lot of treasure here, and I want to kill these guys at least once for the EXP reward. I'll probably ditch them afterwards, but you begin to notice in this area spider webs. And not regular old, oh, I forgot to clean for like 3 months spider webs. These are really thick spider webs, and there are also talismans all over the place. There's a lot of really good storytelling here, and it's kind of obvious what they're alluding to. But it's still neat in my opinion. It's a great way to get storytelling done without saying anything, and that's something I feel like games really need nowadays. Just passive storytelling where you don't need to say anything at all. Also, if you're noticing the background, the statue's breathing. That's a little strange. Now to get all of those treasures. I'm also not quite sure what those mace-looking things are hanging in the background. I want to say they're basically similar to the tenbo, which is like a Japanese mace from way back when, but I don't know why they're hanging around. Dragon Elixir is the upgraded version of the pellets we've been getting for a good while. We also get Epicurean Arts, another book. I don't know what it does. I'm gonna have to look back on my save file and list what all of the cooking books do. And this is Progress. Now this is a neat little tile set I like a lot because much like the bamboo tile set, when you fight in here you could actually cut down some of the little lanterns in the foreground. And we finally reached to what this temple is alluding to. Spider infestation. And not just any spider infestation. If you notice, their little butts look like skulls. This is relatively important. But also, these are unique enemies that only appear here, and they fucking suck. I am not gonna give them the time of day of staying alive. Ashura's breathing back there. I do like the spider motif. Spiders are a very dated enemy in any video game, but they actually feel like a threat in this game if you ever get caught by them. And they did a good job at leading into it. It's not a matter of, oh, this area is just X, so let's put spiders in it. No, they actually put the time and effort to say, something weird is happening, these spiders are not natural. Also, this is what these spiders could do. They could grab you, stop you, and then get 2 to 3 free hits in before you mash out of them. 1 alone is not bad. 5? Fuck. We have enough to get the sword. This sword is important. Get the sword before this boss fight. The Sanctified Blade comes with a skill that is basically a free quick draw at the cost of half your sword bar. This is stupid important for this boss fight. As we'll see. I was trying to show off Radiant Moon, which is the skill that uses the free quick draw, but I can't. I also kind of wanted to level up real quick, so I went here and did a little bit of extra grinding. I don't need it, but I'm there, so I might as well. Also gives me an opportunity to show off Radiant Moon. Also, wow, that just tore up those dudes. There we go. I believe I have access to one more sword after that, but I don't have the souls for it, but it doesn't matter. We got what we need. I would also recommend, once you get Radiant Moon, equip a whetstone, because you are going to be burning through this. You know, I've been a little bit more, a little bit mean against the longsword through this playthrough. I keep saying I don't like it. By this point, I'm starting to appreciate it, but I still don't like it because it's slow. I'm not saying it's bad, because it has been proving its worth throughout the game. It's just, I like speed, you know? I'm the kind of guy that plays a dexterity character. But yeah, let's get ready for a boss fight. And oh, are we ready? This is kind of what I mean by sometimes it seems like the game prepared for what it intended, because this definitely seems like the sword tree was designed for the boss it's gonna fight. So, if you're looking at the video, you're probably watching in 720p right now, and you can see some artifacting next to the head. This is not due to the exporting nature of the game. I think this was an issue of upscaling the game from the Wii to the Vita's 720p nature, which is mildly unfortunate. But yeah, this is Tsuchigumo. I feel like his reveal was a little premature, based on what happens later in the cutscene. He also looks like kind of a dork. But yeah, this was the unfortunate fate of this temple.
こんな時の悪い予感はよく当たりやがるからな。この小坊主、糸でぐるぐる巻きになっちゃいるが、まだ息はある。眠らされてんのか。
Now I hope you're ready for a history dump, because check what this guy says.
ナモアミダ仏。誰かは知らんが気をつけなされ。あれは書物に残る危機開会。 桂木さんに1000年生きる土雲じゃ。膨れた腹に詰まった犠牲者の1000と990のドクロがこぼれ落ちては化け雲と変じると言われておる。な。
I don't even have to do any research.
なんてこった。姫、どうか死んでくれるなよ。 一体誰がこんな目に遭わしやがった畜生め。
キスケ、お主が来てくれたのか。
よくも俺の許しなく。
I do like how intense Kisuke gets in his fights. You can tell that he's filled with some kind of passion. Can't tell if it's the good kind though or the bloodthirsty kind.
待っていたって。 おめえの安っぽい網に引っかかりはしねえぞ。
知らんのか、俺は。もはや網の中におる獲物であろう。見やれ、子雲らがウニの血を吸いたいと騒いでおるぞ。
So the boss fight Tsuchigumo, I've been hyping this up for a while because his main gimmick is that he has revenge babies. This is why you want Radiant Moon, because if you quick draw and then go into Radiant Moon, at this level, you will kill all of his babies instantly, and then he's nothing. However, he makes a lot of babies. So much so to the point where I have to use whetstones a couple times, and then forget that I'm not supposed to switch to my short sword. Come on. There you go. But yeah, once you get Radiant Moon, this boss is a cakewalk. His main gimmick is entirely removed and you have nothing to worry about. Now the only other thing you gotta worry about is the fact that he's technically a flying character, so you're gonna be doing air combos mostly. And he actually has a counter for air combos, and that was that web beam that he did. I don't learn my lesson with the web beam, and while it's not a threat, it's still kind of embarrassing. He also has this weird ball thing that he does. It doesn't do any damage, but you can't hurt him while he's doing it. Now here's an attack I haven't seen ever from him. He just shot out 2 skull balls. I don't know what... And they basically make skull geysers. I've never seen this attack, and this is my 3rd playthrough of the game, which is really weird. Especially considering what you have to do in the later parts of the game. Yeah, web beam doesn't hurt that much. It's a minor inconvenience. It's meant to trap you for the babies to finish you off. But he's not getting any babies off. I pretty much kill all 2,000 of his babies. Now he can be knocked down, and once you knock him down, he stays in the ground for a while. I don't realize this though. I keep trying to anticipate him recovering and going to the sky, but yeah, you get a lot of beatdown time on him. Now before we beat this boss, I do have to mention, before in the LP I mentioned issues with localization between the Wii and Vita versions of this game. We're gonna see one coming up right now. Now the sword you originally get in the Wii version is called Kumokiri, I believe, which is supposed to roughly translate to Spider Slayer. Instead, we get some really long sword. What was it called? Arachnie Infernitide? I don't even know what the hell that means. They could have just called it the Spider Slayer, like they did with the Demon Slayer for, oh no wait, that's a later episode. Never mind. We'll see another instance of that later, we'll say. But yeah, there is the big plot twist. Torahime is dead. There's a reason why she's able to easily command the ghosts of her family's past soldiers. Now, the 49th day of the death for, I believe, is a Buddhism thing, but I have no idea why. I've never heard anything like that. So if you ever want to sound smart and point it out, that'd be really helpful. It does make a lot of sense considering who Torahime is. Because before she was a priestess handling a very dangerous object. Yeah, the sword we have is called the Kuzuryu. For some odd reason, that is left untranslated, while the Dark Resurrection Blade is fully translated. Another weird localization faux pas. Also, that's me skipping the dialogue because I didn't know she wasn't done. And now you got this kid here who only exists for one reason. To point out the obvious. I never really see the need for that kind of line in storytelling, period, but you see that a lot in Japan. And it's weird. Now, the Four Paths of Evil is going to have a lot more relevance to the plot than you would think. I would say keep that in mind for the later parts of Kisuke's story. But yeah, our next stop is a place called Pandemonium, which is another cool area with another cool boss fight. Kisuke gets a lot of cool fights near the end of his story, I'm just gonna tell y'all right now. Well, that was wacky. Let's see what kind of sword we got from here. The Arachnida Inferisir? I cannot pronounce that at all. It's a longsword, so it's trash, and I don't have the souls to make the next sword. So we'll see that next time. Gotta fix my layout, though. But yeah, next time on Muramasa the Demon's Blade, we're going to Pandemonium.